Alrighty guys, welcome back to the best swing trading channel on YouTube. I hope you guys are all having a great and amazing day today. We are going to be talking about swing trading. We're going to be talking about some of the stocks that I'm looking at, pretty much my strategy, my mindset when it comes to swing trading. So guys, I hope you guys all enjoy it. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Carter and I have been actually a full-time swing trader for about 6 years. And honestly, exciting news, we do have a brand new swing trading course where we do talk about my strategies, my mindsets, how I find stocks. It's a one-stop shop for all of your trading needs. I'll put it down in the chat room, and you guys are more than willing to check it out. So guys, let's kind of talk about what do we look for trading? What do we look for swing trading stocks? So for me, right off the get-go, trends are super important. And what I mean by this is looking at a stock like this here, where do you think this thing's going to go? Do you think we're going to get immediate sell-off back down to these levels at $2.80, or do you think we will see some sort of more buying pressure? Looking back, one of the things, we love that upward trend. On top of that, I love stocks near and around support lines. Now, support lines could be price. They could be moving average lines. They could be a variety of things, right? Depending on the type of strategy and trader you are. So for me, you guys will notice that I love looking at moving average lines. I think that they're an easy way to find the trends and support and resistance. So looking at it here, you guys will see, as we kind of zoom in, you guys will see that historically, when the stock is above these moving average lines, we get tendencies of using it as some support, right? Support means buying pressure. You guys will see here, even in here a little bit, we get those tendencies, right? Then recently, we did get a breakdown, okay? It curled down and it tapped that 200-day moving average line, which is that red line. Okay, one thing is the moving average lines, the 90 is going to be weaker than the 200. And what I mean by this is the 200-day moving average line is one of the stronger moving average lines, okay? So obviously, this would represent a good possible trade from here to here. When the stock is above it, it acts as support. When it's below it, it acts as resistance. And you guys will see that's why we got a little bit of some selling pressure actually right here, is because it hit that moving average line and then started selling off. Recently, this thing had an earnings report and it popped up. It actually went from $10, it almost doubled really. It went from $10 to upwards of $18 a share. Then most of the time, just as fast as stocks go up, we get tendencies of getting sell-off. And that's kind of what we had for about a month, where the stock pretty much went from $16 to $18 in this range. And then recently we had some sell-off back down to that 90-day moving average line. So right now could represent a good opportunity to hop in near and around $15, set your stop loss. Here's the thing, you could do a couple of things with this one. You could set your stop loss just below that 90-day moving average line at about $14.50, so you're risking 50 cents to possibly see this stock go upwards of about $16 would be my first profit. So about a 2-to-1 risk and reward, and obviously it could continue to rally up to about 18, that old resistance, but we do see tendencies of old support act as new resistance. So right now, ticker symbol YPF could be a possible swing trade, and it's definitely on my watch list. And you guys will see that we do see old resistance acting as new support. Now we could see that flipped, that old resistance acting as new support, where old resistance, all that stuff. So you guys will see possible sell off at about $16. Definitely on my watch list though. All right, stock number 2 here. And if you guys have any questions, by all means, ask. As well as if you guys want to sign up with the Swing Trading Masterclass, it's 20% off. You guys can use code YouTube. We talk about how to find these stocks. And if you guys are in the course, exciting news for all of you Mac goers out there. I actually just put the Mac, the scanner on the Mac in the lesson where we talk about how to find those stocks. There's a bunch of videos in there, so it's titled Mac. You guys will see it. All right, next stock is ticker symbol PRMW. You guys will see that as we zoom out, a little more volatility among this one here. But looking back at previous support, obviously this one is a little more volatile. I didn't take a trade on it. I just did want to talk about it though. You guys will see that it loves to trade in between these levels, right? Anywhere from 12 to about 15. So pretty much what you could do is set an alert pretty much under 13. And this is why swing trading, in my opinion, about 60% of it is just being prepared. And what I mean by this is setting alerts, understanding where stocks are, understanding, your entries, your exits. So if you understand that right now a good option, a good buy zone would be $13, you could be notified and get some buying pressure if it gets that sell off. I wanted to throw that in there though. All right, next one here is VERX. This one here we've seen a great move. Love to get buying pressure on that 200-day moving average line. Obviously, this one we did talk about last week, so it's moved a good amount. Went from about $13 all the way up to about $25. It did get some sell-off back down to about $25, so it went from $23, almost actually $26 now that I'm looking at it, and then sold off back down to $25. We could see some support start stepping in on that 90-day moving average line. It was a pretty solid play. This one loves that 200-day moving average line. I'm not that surprised we got buying pressure before, because as we look at the RSI, the relative strength index, the times where it's under, a 20, if we go back and we look, anytime it's under a 20, right? Let's look. Was right here where we had immediate buying pressure. Even here at 25, this thing moved. It went from $17 to $22. So I'm not that surprised that it got buying pressure that soon. Right here was at 22, so it had a great move. So I'm not that surprised because of that relative strength index, that RSI line. So right there, ticker symbol VERX. Very, very solid play. As of right now, we could see a little volatility among it just because it already had a amazing move actually the other day. Let's go to the 5-minute chart so you guys can see it. So you guys will see that this thing has been pretty volatile, but in a single day the other day we had a move from 23 to about $26, which was pretty solid on VERX. And obviously, if you guys are in the chat room at the end of today's live stream, I will screenshot all of these so you guys can see them in there. All right, stock number 4 here that we were looking at was ROKU. ROKU here does have that tendency of that 200-day moving average line. It's going to be a little more volatile just because we've seen a little more tendencies of breakdowns of it. But you guys will see it's used it in the past, so we could see some more buying pressure starting to enter ROKU. It is pretty undervalued, or it's getting undervalued on that RSI. Obviously, my good entry for this one would be to try to get it near and around $80 to $79. So that's where we're going to set this alert and be ready. Boom, boom, boom. So it does have to sell off about 3%. Boom, right there. So once it sells off, we'll get notified, possibly hop in on a swing trade, setting our stops, probably 78 or 77, risking $3 to possibly see this thing squeeze up to 85 to 90. So, risking $3 to possibly make $6 to $10 is not too bad of a risk and reward. All right, next one here is ticker symbol ICLR. ICLR, we're getting some buying pressure on that 200-day moving average line. Does have that beautiful upward trend. This is just another textbook trade. You guys will see, boom, we have that nice trend line here. So we have that 200-day moving average line. So I was hoping to get a little more sell-off to about 244 in that range on that trend line. Does look like we're getting some more buying pressure. So there could be a move from about 249 to about 260. Setting your stops, below 240. Risk $9 to make 20. 2-to-1 risk and reward. Textbook swing trade. Obviously, we like to find those stocks that are, a 2, 3, 4-to-1 risk and reward. But, the biggest thing isn't about making 200%. It's not. Swing traders, and what I do, I don't try to make thousands of percents a year. It's almost impossible. You got to get those base hits of 2-3%. And compound that every year will add up to a ton of money. So base hits over home runs. Just focus on your strategy. Focus on paper trading. If you're just starting out, and I know people say, oh, paper trading, it doesn't deal with emotions. No, you're completely right, because it's not your money. But what it does do is teach you that process of your entries, your exits, your risk management. And then once you paper trade for about a year and you're profitable and you're bread and butter, you're making money. Now what you do, put $100 in a Robinhood account. Put $100 in a Moomoo account and just start that process again. Get your emotions now involved with real money and just start that process. So, all right, next one here is TS. TS here, you guys will see it does see tendencies of getting buying pressure just under that 200-day moving average line. So you guys will see it hit it once. We got buying pressure. Recently, it hit it again. Boom, near around 31 where our alert was. And now we could possibly see a move from 31 to 32. Setting stops probably below 30. So you're risking about $2 to make $3-4, which is a decent risk and reward. But obviously $36 would be the dream for this one, but it is a little volatile, you guys will notice. But I just love that upward trend and that consistency of the moving average support. So we'll see that. All right, next one here is RMBS. This was another textbook swing trade of that 90-day moving average line, right? We got that heavy support. This one squeezed up to 71, took profits, textbook swing trade. It's up today, almost 2%. And, something like this would be a good option would be to do like a trailing stop loss. So you just keep bringing your stop loss up and up and up and up. This works well for stocks that are starting to squeeze out and possibly get some sort of resistant breakout. This one here, I'm excited to see where it goes. Next one here, Palantir. Palantir is coming back in contact with that trend line. We'll see what happens with this one. I'll probably sit on the sidelines. The only way I'd hop into this thing would be like at $16 even, setting your stops just below, $15.50 or somewhere in that range. But yeah, nice trend line going forward. But you guys will see it. Boom, boom, boom. Every time it hits that yellow line, we get those good buying pressures. So we'll see what happens with that one though. But any questions, by all means ask. And then the next one, Disney. You guys know that I keep debating on selling out of Disney. I'm up handsomely on it. Hopped in at about 82. It's 91. I was hoping to get it sold near and around 100. But something like this, the issue that I face with it is I'm up right now. There's a huge opportunity cost with this stock right now, meaning that the money I have invested in it, I think could be suited elsewhere better. I could just use that money and start swing trading it and just try to compound it rather than holding this and just seeing this general downward trend. So we'll see what happens with this one though. I'll probably take my profits. I would love to get 95 would be a dream right now. But the reason I hopped in on this one is because it had that upward trend on the quarterly chart. Love support on the 90 moving average line. You guys can see it hit it. Textbook trade. This one here, the quarterly, one thing with the charts is, the quarterly chart's going to be a longer swing trade than like the daily chart. And the weekly is going to be larger than the daily. The month is going to be larger than the weekly. The quarterly is going to be larger than the month. You got to just understand that. So, but you can still make some good swing trades off that. But yeah, those were all the stocks right now that I'm looking at. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, by all means, ask them right now. And we'll pull some stocks up. We'll look at them and see, what I think you guys should do. But yeah. Yes, what a fun day today. For those of you that don't know, I actually just recently sold my truck, which is crazy. I had a 2019 Ford Ranger. So yeah, that's sold and I got more money for swing trading, but not, I'll probably buy something else. But guys, yeah, so these looks like you guys are all set. So guys, you guys are more than willing to go back, rewatch this if you guys are just joining. Don't forget to check out my swing trading course. You guys can use code YouTube for 20% off. We talk about how to find these stocks. We talk about how to pretty much do your entries, your exits, your risk management skills. So guys, I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you guys did, subscribe, like, do what you guys do, but we'll see you guys later.